Let me start with a little secret. Most men will never tell you what's really running through mind in the bedroom, not because they don't want you to know, but because they're afraid of sounding too needy, or like they're asking for something you might find strange. So instead, they play it safe. They stick to what's familiar. And you might think, well, if he wanted something different, wouldn't he just say it? But here's the truth. Many men are secretly dreaming of positions that not only turn them on physically, but make them feel more connected, more desired, and more electric with you, yet they never actually ask. Why? Because they don't want to risk breaking the mood, or worse, making you feel uncomfortable. So they keep it locked inside, and maybe, just maybe, they hope one day you will surprise them with it. And here's the beautiful part. When you take the lead in this way, when you introduce something fresh, it doesn't just ignite his desire, it makes you unforgettable. He feels like you get him in a way no one else has. So today, I want to share with you 5 positions men secretly beg for in their minds, but women rarely try. And we're going to talk about them in a way that's playful, safe, and focused on connection, because let's be honest, this isn't about acrobatics. It's about the energy you bring. The Queen's Throne is one of those positions that on the surface might seem straightforward. You're on top, he's lying back. But the magic here isn't in the mechanics, it's in the energy. This is not about bouncing up and down like you're racing against a clock. It's about slowing the pace, leaning into the moment, and making him feel like he's under your spell. Picture it. He's lying back, completely open, completely vulnerable. You're straddling him upright, and instead of rushing, you take your time. You move in a way that feels good for you first. You set the rhythm. You lean in when you want to be closer. You pull back when you want his eyes to drink you in. This is the moment where you're not just a participant, you're the one directing the experience. And for a man, that's intoxicating. Men don't often get to feel like someone else is in control in a way that's still loving and sensual. Out in the world, they might be used to making decisions, leading in their career, taking the reins in daily life. But when you climb into this position and own it, you give him a rare gift, the chance to surrender and just feel. What makes this so powerful is that it's not just about the view. Although, yes, let's be honest, visually it's going to make his brain short circuit. It's about what it represents. When you take this position with confidence, you're showing him that you're comfortable in your body, that you're not afraid to take what you want, and that you're willing to be playful and adventurous. And that confidence, that's the part that drives him crazy more than anything else. Here's where the little details matter. The way you place your hands on his chest and feel his heartbeat. The way you tilt your hips slightly and watch how it changes his breathing. The way you occasionally pause, lock eyes with him, and let a slow smile play on your lips before moving again. Those pauses are electric. They build tension. They make him want more. And here's the thing many women don't realize. Men crave the emotional side of this just as much as the physical. In this position, you're face to face. You can speak softly, tease him, whisper something that makes his imagination go wild. You can kiss him deeply, or pull back just enough so he can feel your breath, but not your lips. That little moment of denial that makes the next kiss even more powerful. Queen's Throne also gives you the freedom to completely control the depth, the speed, and the sensation, so you can match it to your own pleasure. And when you're clearly enjoying yourself, he will find that irresistible. Men are wired to respond to a woman's genuine enjoyment. When he sees you in that position, clearly in your own world of pleasure, it makes him feel like he's doing something extraordinary. This isn't a frantic, rushed kind of moment. It's slow. It's deliberate. It's where you let every second linger just a little longer than he expects. You can change the pace, lean forward to kiss his neck, run your fingers through his hair, then sit back again and let him watch you. The push and pull of closeness and distance keeps him completely locked on you. And here's the best part. When you take this role, you're not just giving him pleasure, you're sending a message. You're saying, I am confident in who I am. I can take the lead. I can make you feel wanted. That stays with him long after the moment is over. He'll lie there afterwards replaying the way you moved, the way you looked at him, the way you completely owned the room in that instant. So when you hear the Queen's Throne, don't think of it as just a physical position. Think of it as stepping into a role, the role of the woman who knows her worth, who isn't afraid to be seen, and who understands that sometimes The sexiest thing you can do is slow down and make him wait for the next move. That's what turns this into a memory he'll crave again and again. A lazy Sunday is one of those positions that almost feels too simple to be powerful until you actually do it right. It's spooning, but with intention. And here's the thing, when most people hear spooning, they think of it as just a cuddling position, something you do half asleep in the morning or while watching a movie. But done with the right energy, it becomes one of the most intimate, sensual positions you could ever give a man. Here's why. When you're spooning, you're wrapped up in each other. Your bodies fit together like puzzle pieces, no distractions, no face-to-face performance pressure, just skin-on-skin connection. There's a kind of quietness in it. It's not about putting on a show. It's about feeling everything. And that right there is why men love it so much. In a world where everything moves fast, texts, calls, work stress, this is the kind of position that slows time down. It's not about rushing toward the finish line. It's about letting every second stretch out until it feels endless. For him, it's a rare chance to be close to you without the weight of having to perform every second. He can wrap his arm around you, breathe you in, kiss the back of your neck, and just be. And for you, it's a way to enjoy him in a softer, more tender way while still giving him something that lights him up inside. Here's what makes Lazy Sunday different from just lying there you're engaged. You're not passive. Your hand can reach back to touch him. Your hips can move slowly in rhythm, teasing him. You can press yourself back into him just enough to let him know you're there, you're connected, and you're enjoying every inch of the moment. That's when his mind starts to go wild. And here's a little secret. Men love the neck kisses in this position. When you're spooning, his lips are right there, just behind your ear, tracing down your neck. It's such a simple thing, but it sends a signal straight to your nervous system that says, we're safe here, we're connected, this is ours. And when you tilt your head just slightly to give him more access, that's when it turns from sweet to magnetic. Women often underestimate how much men crave moments like this. We sometimes think that what men want most is high energy, visually dramatic intimacy. And sure, there's a place for that. But what makes Lazy Sunday so unforgettable is that it's the exact opposite. It's slower, closer, and more emotional. It's that perfect mix of I desire you and I'm comfortable with you, which is a rare combination. Another beautiful thing about this position is that it's incredibly forgiving. There's no pressure to hold a pose, no awkward balancing act, no need for constant movement. You can simply sink into each other, let your bodies relax, and enjoy the rhythm. The ease of it is part of what makes it so sexy, because when you're both comfortable, you can focus completely on the connection. And let's not forget the subtle power shift here. Even though it feels calm and relaxed, you can still take the lead in little ways. The way you guide his hand to where you want it, the way you control the movement of your hips, the way you pull his arm tighter around you when you want him closer. You're silently communicating exactly what you want without saying a word. When you give a man a Lazy Sunday, you're showing him a side of intimacy that he doesn't always get to experience, one that's tender, unhurried, and deeply emotional. You're saying, I don't just want the act, I want the connection. I want to feel you and be felt by you. And when you give him that, you're giving him something he'll never forget. The truth is, this position works not because it's complex, but because it's so simple. And because you choose to be fully present in it. And when you're present, when you're tuned into each other's breathing, each other's heartbeat, each little movement, that's when Lazy Sunday becomes more than a position. It becomes a memory that lingers long after the day has ended. The edge of the world isn't just about a position. It's about creating a dynamic where you feel desired in a way that's almost cinematic. Imagine this. You're lying back at the very edge of the bed, your hips just close enough to the edge for him to stand between your legs. He's right there looking down at you and you're looking up at him. And in that moment, there's this electric current between you. Now, why do men love this so much? On the surface, yes, the angle is great for him, but the real magic is in the emotional dynamic it creates. He feels completely focused on you. You're in this beautiful, slightly vulnerable position, supported by the bed, comfortable, not straining, and he's the one standing there giving you his full attention. It's like the rest of the world fades out, and the only thing that exists is the two of you locked in this moment. Here's the secret. This position lets you play with contrast. You can start by lying back completely, letting him take in the view, feeling his hands on you, letting the anticipation build. Then every now and then you lift yourself just a little, reach for him, pull him closer so you can kiss him. That shift from passive to active, from letting him admire you to pulling him into your space, drives him absolutely wild. There's also something incredibly flattering for a man about this setup. When you're lying back like that, you're allowing him to see you in full, no hiding, no distractions. And if you can look him in the eyes while you're in that position, that's where you turn it from physical to unforgettable. You're telling him without a word, I'm here, I want you, and I'm not afraid to let you see all of me. Another thing women often overlook here is the power of stillness. Sometimes you don't have to move much at all. Just let him run his hands over you, trace his fingers along your sides, explore. Stillness can be just as intoxicating as movement because it forces him to slow down and take you in. Then when you do move, maybe shifting your hips slightly, maybe reaching out to touch him, it feels explosive in contrast. And ladies, let's talk about the control you still have in this position. Even though he's standing, you can guide the depth, the pace, and the rhythm by how you position yourself. You can use your legs to pull him closer or hold him exactly where you want him. You can use your hands to direct his movements without a single verbal instruction. It's subtle, but he'll feel it and he'll love it. What makes the edge of the world so powerful is that it's a balance between surrender and command. You're lying back, letting him approach you, but you're also in complete awareness of the effect you're having on him. That combination of being in a position that seems to give him the lead, but still holding the power to guide the experience is incredibly magnetic. It's also one of those positions that works beautifully for building intimacy. You're close enough to talk, to whisper, to tease. You can keep eye contact the whole time, or you can close your eyes and just let the sensation wash over you. Either way, you're creating a moment that isn't just physical, it's deeply personal. The truth is, the edge of the world is more than just a fun angle. It's about stepping into a moment where you allow yourself to be adored and desired openly without holding back. When you do that, when you lean into that feeling and let him see just how much you're enjoying yourself, you're giving him a memory that will stick with him long after the bed cools. And that's what makes this position one men fantasize about long before they ever ask for it. The backstage pass is all about mystery. And trust me, mystery can be one of the most powerful aphrodisiacs you'll ever use. In this position, you're facing away from him. It could be while you're on your knees, leaning forward on the bed, or even standing against a wall. The exact posture is less important than the perspective, because from his point of view, he can't see your whole expression. He can't predict your next move. And that not knowing, that drives him crazy in the best possible way. Men are visual creatures, yes. But here's something a lot of women overlook. They don't just love what they see. They love what they can't see. The mind fills in the blanks. And often what he imagines is even more exciting than what's right in front of him. When you turn away, you instantly change the energy. It's no longer just about him watching you. It's about him wondering about you. He's wondering what you're thinking, how you're feeling, and what you might do next. For you, this position has its own benefits. You're not worried about making the perfect facial expression because he can't see your face fully. You can let go of self-consciousness and focus entirely on sensation. You can close your eyes, bite your lip, or let your head fall forward, and it's all yours. That freedom makes you more relaxed, and when you're relaxed, you naturally become more expressive in your movements. Here's where you can really play with his senses. Maybe you shift your hips slightly or change your rhythm unexpectedly. Maybe you glance back over your shoulder just for a second so he catches your eyes, and then you turn away again. That brief eye contact followed by turning back is incredibly powerful because it teases him. You're giving him a glimpse, then taking it away. That push and pull keeps him locked on you like you're the only thing in the world. Another layer to the backstage pass is the confidence it communicates. Facing away from someone in such an intimate moment shows a kind of fearlessness. You're saying, I don't need to check your reaction every second. I know you're enjoying this. I know you want me. And that quiet self-assurance is magnetic. Men aren't just attracted to physical beauty. They're drawn to the energy of someone who knows their worth without having to prove it. You also get to control the pace without it feeling forced, because he can't see your full expression. He's tuned into your movements more closely. That means every subtle change, the way you shift your weight, the way you slow down for a moment, the way you lean slightly into him, feels amplified. He's hanging on every motion. And here's something else that makes this position special. It allows you to blend intimacy with a little bit of playful distance. You're close, but you're not completely face to face. That space creates anticipation. It's like you're giving him a private show while also keeping part of yourself just out of reach. And that's exactly what keeps the tension alive. When you bring the backstage pass into your time together, you're doing more than giving him a new visual. You're giving him an experience where he feels like he's discovering something about you in real time. You're feeding his curiosity, his imagination, and his desire all at once. And that combination is why men secretly love this, even if they've never had the words to explain it. The truth is, this isn't about performing for him. It's about expressing yourself in a way that feels natural, confident, and a little bit daring. When you turn away and own that moment, you're showing him that you can be both intimate and unpredictable. And that's a balance he'll never forget. The full embrace is one of those positions that's so deceptively simple, yet so deeply powerful, because it blends physical closeness with emotional intimacy in a way few other positions can. It's face to face, your legs wrapped around his waist, your arms around his neck, your bodies pressed together so closely that you can feel his heartbeat. It's not just about pleasure, it's about connection. Men don't often get the chance to feel this level of closeness. Many people think what they crave most is excitement and variety. And yes, that's part of it. But when you give him the full embrace, you're giving him something he doesn't even realize he's been missing: complete presence. You're telling him without saying a word, you have all of me right here, right now. In this position, the physical is only half the story. The other half is the way your bodies communicate. When your foreheads touch, when your breathing syncs, when you can feel each other's chest rise and fall, it creates a rhythm that goes far beyond anything mechanical. It taps into something primal. You're no longer just two people in a physical act. You're one unit moving together. What men love about this position is how it strips away all barriers. There's no distance, no distraction. He can look into your eyes, kiss you whenever he wants, and hold you so tightly he can't tell where he ends and you begin. For him, that's intoxicating. And for you, it's a chance to not just feel desired, but to feel connected in a way that's almost unshakable. You can make this moment even more powerful with small gestures, running your fingers through his hair, tracing the back of his neck, whispering something just for him. These little actions are amplified when you're this close because he feels them with his whole body. You're not just stimulating his senses, you're imprinted into his memory. Another beautiful part of the full embrace is that you can set the tone. It can be slow and tender, where you linger in the closeness, or it can be passionate and intense, where every movement feels urgent and necessary. Either way, it's a position that invites emotional expression just as much as physical pleasure. And here's the thing, men may not always admit it, but they remember the moments where they felt seen. This position forces you both to look at each other, to be present, to let go of everything else. And when you can meet his gaze and hold it, not just for a second, but long enough for him to feel your presence sink in, you're giving him something far more addictive than just physical release. The truth is, the full embrace is more than a position. It's a statement. It says, I'm here, I choose you, I want you, that not just your body. And that's the kind of experience a man will crave long after the moment has passed, because it's not just about how you touched him, but about how you made him feel. Ladies, the truth is, men may never say these positions out loud, but they think about them. They dream about them. And when you're the one who takes the lead and brings them into reality, you become unforgettable in his mind. It's not just about the position. It's about the